day 86 of this lockdown never-ending story it's over for some people, but not me yet. I'm not back to work. So we got 2 days left, 2 days of these lockdown videos. I was thinking about everything going on in the country, and obviously, and I was thinking about some stories. I've been doing stand-up 20 some years, and some stories where I've seen the difference between how they treated a white person and a black person. Because with everything going on in the country, I think everybody's thinking of stories. Have we seen anything in our past that we turned a blind eye to? Did we do the right thing when we saw something happening? And I remember this is kind of a wild story, but yeah, I'll just tell the story. So I was in Indianapolis, Indiana, about, I think it was 3 years ago. 2017? Yeah, it was 3 years ago. And I had a show at a theater. I get done with the show. I'm trying to watch the Xavier Musketeers game. And the hotel I was at didn't have it. Went to the lobby. They didn't have it. It was like on TNT or something. So me, my guys, and, a couple of their comics, we all go to this bar in Indianapolis. I can't remember the name of it. But they got the basketball games on. So we go to the very back of this bar. And I'm the only white guy on my crew. There's about 4 of us. We go to the very back of the bar. And they put the Xavier game on for me. So we're just back there. So the game started about 10 p.m. It was over, midnight, 12:30. And this is a Thursday night. And so the game's over. I said, all right, we're going to take off. We leave the back area of this bar, not realizing that it's a full-on club in the front now. Because we were just watching the game in the back. We just thought, bar, it's a slow night, Thursday in Indy. Oh no, this bar was normally, I think it was a country bar, but on Thursdays is Black Night. So it's just packed. It's 90% black people, but all security is white. So we're now walking through the crowd trying to leave. And this white girl, pushed me on my shoulder. Boom. I thought she was kidding because I had gotten, as we were walking out, I was, some people recognized me. I took a couple quick selfies on the way out. And then this white girl, pushed my shoulder. And I was like, I thought she was kidding, right? So I turned around and I gave her a funny face. And I put my middle finger up, but I did it in a jokingly manner. I was winding my hand. I was like, oh, right? Kitty, I didn't know she was serious. So she was, one of the bouncers from this nightclub was standing next to her, clearly trying to holler at her. So he goes, that's it, you're gone. And I was like, cool, I was leaving anyways. So he grabs me by the back of my shirt and my arm by my elbow right here. And he's walking me through, forcefully. As he's walking me out of the club, now everybody's realizing it's me, and they're noticing I'm getting thrown out. So everybody's taking selfies of me. So I'm getting kicked out of this club and taking selfies at the same time. Bing, bing, bing. So the bouncer's confused because he doesn't know who I am, but the people in the bar did, club. So I get to the exit of the club. He kind of gives me a little shove. And I was like, I'm not even tripping. I'm like, that was a little much, but it is what it is. I turn around, and one of the other comics that was on the show with me is on his way down to the ground. Some bouncer came behind him and choked him out and just threw him on the concrete in front of the club. And his head bounced off the concrete. And I was like, oh, shit. And so what I found out was, as I was getting escorted out, one of the other comics that was on the show, he was tapping the bouncer that was throwing me out on the shoulder, going, hey man, you ain't got to do that. We're leaving. You ain't got to do that. As he was tapping him on the shoulder, another bouncer, white dude, came behind him and just choked him out. So he hits the ground, boom, head bounces. I'm like, oh shit. And he ended up being okay, but I was like, now you're kind of in disarray a little bit because people's cell phones come out and they were taking videos and stuff. And I'm like, is this dude okay? He came to and he ended up being okay. But I will give this guy credit because he got choked out, but he was still in party mode on the concrete because his face was like this. I said, damn, he's still in the club. So he ended up coming to and he didn't know what happened. And he woke up like, what just happened? So as he got thrown out of the club, there were two uniformed Indianapolis police officers right there outside this club. And I said to them, I said, you just gonna let this happen? And they go, we ain't see nothing. We just saw your boy get choked out. And I was like, oh, okay. So I told another guy I was with, I said, call 911. So this other guy we're with, he called 911. So I got the manager at this point, and talking to the manager, I said, hey man, this is uncalled for. First of all, I asked for the manager, and the bouncer that threw me out said, I am the manager. I said, nah, man, you're a bouncer. You're security. You're t-shirt security. Let's not get it twisted. And I was very careful not to yell, not to try to incite this dude. So I get the manager. We walk a few steps away from the club so I could talk to him one-on-one. I said, yo, this is uncalled for. We don't do this. We don't fight. We don't argue. If you want us to leave, we will leave. In fact, we were leaving. He goes, yeah, but you know, that girl said you pushed her or hit her. I said, excuse me? I was like, you got video equipment in the club, right? So pull the tape. Pull the tape. Never hit anybody in my life. Never been in a fist fight in my life. Come on now. So he kind of looked at me with a blank stare. And I said, dude, your security is out of control. Okay, we're leaving. We're walking out. I said, the girl pushed my shoulder. I thought she was kidding. I gave her the bird in a joking manner. I was like, I was kidding. And then I said, all of a sudden, we're getting thrown out. And he goes, well, I believe my security over you. He's worked with me for over 8 years, and he's never lied to me. I said, well, he's lying on this instance. And then he's, we're talking back and forth. I said, just answer me this. I said, if I pushed or hit a girl, why is the black guy choked out? He gave me a dead stare. He goes, you guys want to come back in to the club? I said, no, we're good. Then the ambulance showed up and the cop showed up because I told my guys, I said, dude, he's got to go to the hospital. He might have a concussion. We just got to be careful. And we got to have all this stuff on record. So ambulance comes, the other comic, he's coherent now. He's fine, but they still put him in the ambulance just for precautionary reasons. And these other cops show up. Now, when the other cops showed up, the two cops that I spoke to, there were two white cops that said, I ain't seen nothing. I just saw your boy get choked out. Now they're coming up to the new cops saying, what are you guys doing here? Oh, we got it. I stopped them and go, no. We tried to talk to you, but you didn't want to do anything. So we're going to talk to these guys. So we talked to the new cops, and they were cool. And they took our statements and everything else. And we just want to make sure everything was on record, right? So the next day, everybody ended up being okay. We're fine. I took about 18 selfies with people that had their phones out recording this because I didn't want to embarrass. I didn't want this getting out. I didn't want the other comic to be embarrassed by this. So I took literally like 18 selfies. I said, yo, man, if you mind deleting that, I'll take a picture with you, whatever you want. So I'm watching people delete it. I took about, like I said, 18 selfies with people. And so anyways, so the next day I called my guy, Amp Harris. If anybody's in Indianapolis, everybody knows Amp Harris. He gives me the lowdown on this club. Then he calls the manager of the club. He called the owner of the club who wasn't there that night. Owner called me and Amp told me, he goes, dude, this club they don't really want black people there, but they want black people's money. So on Thursday nights is their black night. And that's happened to be the night I was there. And the owner ended up calling me the next day and saying, sorry, blah, blah, blah. They checked the tape. I was right. They fired the two bouncers that threw us out. I said, because you can't put hands on people as a bouncer. You're t-shirt security. You're not licensed. You're not a cop. So those two guys got fired. And then my buddy, the other comic, he ended up settling for an undisclosed amount from the club. So he got a little money out of it, got paid a little bit. But that's a case where, looking back on it, I wonder if I wasn't white, how that would have played out. I wonder if it would have worked out like it did. Because they were real quick to talk to me, everybody, except the two cops that we found out later was getting a little extra cash on the side from the club. And that's why they kind of stand out there on Thursday nights to make sure, in case anything happens, that the owner and the management of this club was giving those cops a little extra. That's why they were siding with the club and not us on this one. But I'll never forget when that cop goes, "I ain't seen nothing but your boy get choked out." Oh, okay. I'm about to take this white privilege and use it a little bit. And that's when we called 911 and got some new cops that took our statement. And new cops are white too, but they was cool. But the other two white cops just out there like, "We ain't see nothing." Got it. So anyways, two bouncers got fired, and the other comic got a little extra money for that. And I had to take 18 selfies, and I've never seen it anywhere on the earth. So it all worked out in the end, but I just couldn't believe it. I wish somebody would have videotaped the manager when we said, "Well, if I choked the girl out, if I pushed the girl, why is the black guy choked out?" That doesn't make any sense. He didn't have an answer for that. All right, y'all. I will see you guys tomorrow. And this is coming to an end in a couple days. These lockdown stories. All right. Shout out to Amp Harris in Indianapolis.